Anybody here for the first time? Okay, welcome. If some of the things sound a bit too jarring, I apologize. Because sometimes when we come to the end, we kind of make conclusions, but we've been talking about it all the while. Anyway, with these words, let's get on to the sequel of the search. I call it sequel because it appears that we had ended our search last evening, but we really did not. What we were doing at that time was comparing different claims. And then we felt that one was somewhat ahead than the others, and it seemed to be the only way. And that's why we put those words, the only way, yesterday at the bottom there. Now we do not want to compare. This evening, we're just going to look at this way, this man and this book, without any comparison with anybody else. Will this man and this book show us some qualities that can grip us? Are there features that will cause amazement just by looking at them? That's the question. But before that, let's go back to some of the things we had left undone in the previous comparison. Number one, you remember we had put up the so-called unique factors. These are factors or claims that a religion said was so unique to it, but when we looked at another religion, it also had them. So-called unique factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The point here is that these 5 religions, at least one of them, had said that these points were unique. In other words, they were extremely important to that religion. So if we want to make a generic religion out of the 5, we could possibly take all these 12 and make one generic religion. Because all these points, these 12, are important in a collective way to the 5 major religions we studied. And I'm going to just throw this out because you don't really have time to go through them one by one. Later on, if you meet me or if we do have a discussion, we can have a discussion on these 12 points. I will just throw this one sentence out. This generic religion, which has these 12 qualities which are collectively important to all the 5 religions, only Christianity has all 12. Now we go to the summary of the conclusions we made yesterday. And let us see if they are just some random points, or is there some method of consistency in these points. The first 3 are about the writings. It is the best documented ancient writing. It is also one of the writings that has a quality that really places it very high as its top feature. Most probably superhuman. Nobody has written a book for 1400 years. And also this, which is the best attested ancient piece of literature, is the only piece of literature that has thrown out a challenge for it to be tested. So in those 3 points you see a certain consistency and a confidence within itself. That is what I looked at and I said, wow, it has amount of confidence in itself. And so it left the mark down through the ages for us to see even today. When it came to the founders, the first 3 questions to the founders was, this man Jesus, he made the highest claim. His claim was that he did not belong to our realm. He came down to our realm from the realm of the gods, from the realm of infinity. From there he came to us. Now if he came from there to us, bringing the message, then he would have brought the message, one of the ways would have been in himself. And that is why he said, I am. Every other founder said, I will show you the way, I will show you the truth. This person said, I am. It is consistent with his claim of having come from that realm to ours. If he came from that realm, bringing the message in himself, then we would expect him to have lived his whole life in line with that. And that's exactly what we see, and that's exactly what we see in the only life that we can scrutinize on earth that has met the conditions. So these three make a real good, consistent claim. From there he came, bringing the message in himself, and when he brought the message in himself, it worked out of his life to a perfection. The next three bring him down from that up level, high level, the pedestal, down to the lowest. He's the only founder born illegitimate. The only founder who had such a short ministry and who died the worst death. So, the worst start in life, the shortest period of ministry, and the worst ending in life. So from the heights, he goes down to the depths. Then how come there is Christianity today? It's because of the 10th one. The only one who went into the domain of death, conquered it, and came back, and left us enough evidence for us to scrutinize as an honest, fair inquirer, and come to the conclusion that he really did it. So these 10 really are a consistent set, which tells us that they're not just random claims. They are consistent with themselves and give us an idea that what we are dealing with possibly should appeal to our intellect and our imagination.